Good morning, beautiful people of planet Earth. Welcome to Sacred Space at Titania's Realm. It's 9:31 a.m. on the 1st of November 2024. A pinch and a punch for the first of the month and a slap and a kick for being so quick. Isn't that how the schoolyard bullying rhyming goes? I abhor violence. Okay, sometimes violence is necessary, but as a general principle, I abhor it and I try to avoid it at all possible times. So what else have I got to tell you? Had a bad night with my CPAP, 5.8 events, that's 5.8 times an hour I stopped breathing, which is weird because I had a wonderful day yesterday, preparing and doing the Halloween with all the neighbourhood children, and maybe it was all the excitement that set me off. I didn't have any alcohol or anything like that, so there's no reason for my breathing to shut down last night. It's weird. It's like swings and roundabouts. I guess it must be somehow connected to my emotional states though, because I was terribly excited. Maybe that overstimulated and made whatever mechanism shuts off my breathing shut off. So yeah, annoying, and as a consequence I'm tired. But I was tired yesterday, I was tired the day before, I was tired the day before that, and I had good nights of only 1.2 events or sometimes 2 events. So there's no logic to it, and it's wrecking my skin. My skin is one great massive big fucking inflammation and pimple. So I've put castor oil all over my face, and I'm trying to see if that feels all slimy and greasy too. I'm trying to see if that settles it down. My friend Danny, Lynn's beautiful daughter, gave me some very expensive fucking cleansers and toners, and they burn my skin. It just stings and stings. It's meant to be hypoallergenic and good for me. She said you can't possibly use baby oil, which I use baby oil to take off my eye makeup, which works effectively, whereas the stuff she's given me, it's still there, it doesn't clean properly. I don't want to tell her because I don't want to seem ungrateful, so I'm not going to tell her, but it's odd. The most expensive shit doesn't work on me, but baby oil works on me. She said, you can't use baby oil on your skin, it's very bad for you. But I only use it to take off the mascara and the eyeliner. I'm going to have to revert to what I know works best for me, because my whole skin is a big raw mess now. And I think it's partly because of the fancy, schmancy makeup, body toner. And because normally for my toner, when I tone my skin, I just use witch hazel, or if I've got a lot of an outbreak, because I'm getting a lot of breakouts from using a CPAP mask, like my nose is a mess, hair is a mess, my chin is a... I look hideous. How am I going to find a man looking like this? Fuck it. Oh well. What did my friend Gail used to say? They're not looking at the mantelpiece while they're poking the fire. You bitch. But it's true. It's kind of true. But anyway, I feel self-conscious about the fact that my whole face is breaking out and looking awful. And fancy schmancy and probably very expensive product that my beautiful friend gave me, because she's a beautician that she met well, is doing weird things to me. So I have to revert to the old witch hazel and baby oil for removing makeup, and just going to what works. My skin's so highly sensitive. I had a good look, tried to look at the ingredients on these bottles, and didn't actually show the ingredients, which I found interesting, but the ingredients were probably listed on the packaging, which I've since thrown out. And I'd like to know what ingredient in it causes my face to sting like I've been stabbed by 1,000 needles, because hypoallergenic my ass. I'm so sensitive. I'm a sensitive 14 little flower. Oh. This is why I can't tolerate medications either. They either don't work or they just set me off. So it's hard to be the Tanya, just saying, who not like other people. I don't know why. Some random young man in the club about a month or so ago told me I'm a fairy. Maybe I am. Maybe that's what's wrong with me. But no, I shit and I piss and I used to menstruate. I'm very much a woman of the earth. I have a real body. When I'm cut, I bleed real red blood. So I'm still human, even though I don't function like other humans and basically can't tolerate a lot of chemicals, it would seem. It's odd. But then to be fair, I haven't put anything like traditional makeup, toners or cleansers on my face in a long time, so my face is probably used to just nothing and doesn't like being interfered with, and maybe I'll get used to it. Maybe it'll be good for me. We used to say that about sex when we were young. You'll get used to it. It'll be good for you. It's good for you if you're with a loving man, though, who genuinely loves you and adores you and brings you to fruition in the nicest possible way, babies. But I didn't even have that in my youth, so it's probably why I'm a bit reticent about even human sexuality. But anyway, you have to laugh. Sometimes it's a bit comical. And as always, the Mama T just has to go with the flow and see what pans out. Wait for my beautiful life to begin, but I'm not going to get a beautiful life with all this. Look, you can even see it. See those red marks? That's from the mask. My nose, my poor nose. It broke through and bled not yesterday, a few days ago. It was terrible. So, what can I say? But I have noticed, apart from the terrible, kind of bruising and outbreaks on my schnoz on my cheeks, I'm looking less wrinkled and haggard. Like, yeah, I've got this fucking thing and I've got, the crow's feet. But I took a photo of me when I went to the urologist 12 months ago, around about this time of year, and I was looking drawn and grey and wrinkled and haggard. And so, and my tongue, look at this, people of Earth. Oh, you can't see on this. No. But it's actually looking pinkier than it used to look, but it doesn't look pinky now. Well, I've just done some oil pulling because I got reminded how good that is for you this morning on a video. I thought, yeah, I might just do that. So now my tongue looks milky, but it was bright pink this morning, which is good because bright pink means you're oxygenated. And it no longer hangs in my mouth like a dead fucking grey mollusk. It's hideous. It's hideous. It's hideous. But see, this is what I'm doing. I'm trying not to die. This is the price of actively trying not to die for a change. So it's going to be a long process, and I've got 3 to 9 months to go. Oh wait, we're almost into the 4th month since I started CPAP, because I started it on the 4th of July this year. So we're 3 days off 4 months. So I've got 2 to 8 months to go before hopefully I start to see results. And my beautiful friend Brecky Tit, who lives in Amsterdam, who's an astrologer and very psychic, spiritual woman, has been extremely kind to me. Observed with my posting of my little Halloween video, she said, "You've gone through a metamorphosis. I can see the change in you in recent months." And I have. Actually, I went through a metamorphosis, an intense metamorphosis, only about 4 or 5 days ago. Like, I woke up and it was like, hearing these messages from spirit and songs, and I just woke up. I thought, I feel different. Like I feel like I've had some kind of exponential growth or some kind of spiritual mantle handed to me of more spiritual power than ever. And she could see it. She actually had it. She worded it. It was beautiful, and I thanked her. Wonderful, kind woman who's been very loving, supportive, and in fact, in a sense, is kind of a healer to me. A beautiful soul. Let me try and find what she actually said, because I was really touched by it. I'll read it out to you people. If you're bored, just fast forward. I get it. But for me, it was meaningful, so I want to share it with you. So I posted the video that you see on YouTube of that. I called it post Halloween. And I'm like, oh wow, it's nearly over. Oh look, more children are coming. You could see how I really delighted in it. And she wrote back, lovely atmosphere, Auntie Witchy Tanya. Delightful. I can see it through your film. By the way, the visit of the snake means it brings you new regenerating power and health, though I hope he left by now. And I posted a video again this morning. Still here, or she. It's got no intention of leaving. It's parked up outside Charlie's bedroom, looking up longingly, hoping for a daytime snack. I have a feeling that I'm going to have to learn to live with that snake until I call my friend Peter, who can remove it for me, but there's no point because it'll just come back. But anyway, it's another thing I'm dealing with the last 24 hours is having a very large carpet snake adorning itself around my garden like a pet. Just listens to me as I go about my business in the garden. Looks at me very patiently. It's a sweet creature actually. It's very placid, but it's digesting, so when it gets hungry it won't be quite so placid, and I worry about it lunging at me. But anyway, so I replied, snake personage went to sleep at 3 p.m. under my dragon fruit cactus. He was still there at 5 p.m, all coiled up, snug as a serpent in a sacred space garden somewhere, just what I call my home and garden. I wrote, laughing out loud, although it's not quite so funny because I can't put Charlie out in the garden because it will just devour her. I have had to accept that snake thinks we have a deep soul connection. Of course we do. I'm a wood snake in Chinese astrology with some patiko. Don't tell the snake that though. Shh. I got to run and get my biscuits out of the oven. One moment. What you doing, Charlie? You staying alive? Staying away from serpentine creatures of the greedy, vociferous, snacky, munchy kind. Anyway, got my biscuits just in time. Last time I made them, they were a little bit undercooked, so hopefully they'll be fine this time. My neighbour, Warren, behind me, gave me this very expensive container of cookie dough from some fundraiser they had, so I'm making cookies. Where was I? I'll repeat that sentence again, sorry. I've had to accept that Snake thinks we have a deep soul connection. A wild pet. Dear goddess, I never, in all my weird, Jewish, Kabbalistic, witchy, shamanic ways, ever expected to have a docile, friendly, languorous, wild carpet python for a garden accessory. My beautiful Muslim cleaning lady was utterly terrified. Actually, here I write, I had to text her to warn her to come to the front door or she'd have walked right next to Snake on the path. She says she would have screamed. I laughed. I said, I gave a little squeak when I saw it this morning too. I told her that snakes have an intense charisma and mesmerise people like some men, and I howled with laughter at the thought of men mesmerising us women, am I right? It's an art form, babies. It's an art form. I tell you, I don't know who I am anymore. Old me would have packed my bags and caught the first flight back to snake-free New Zealand at the merest thought of having a snake for a new friend. But I'm cool with it as long as he stays out of my bathroom and bedroom, or house in general, laughing my ass off. And then she replied, no snakes at all in New Zealand, but poisonous spiders do live there? And I said, only one, the katapo spider. And she must have Googled it, and she said, and the bite is fatal, I just read. And I said, yuppers, nasty little creature. But that's not the comment I actually wanted to share with you. Bugger, because it was quite wonderful. Let me just switch accounts, because it was under the other Titania's Realm account. I think that's where I've gone wrong. Let me go here. Let me do this. And it blipped off, which is annoying. And it's gone to another social media thing altogether, which is annoying because I didn't want that. We'll get there in the end, people of Earth. We will. You're on this journey with me. You are. It's here's my friend, my coastal carpet python friend, coiled up under the dragon fruit. Just not a very comfortable place to be because they've got little spines and prickles. I'm wondering if that snake's not very well, because it's not. Oh, why would you go and put yourself somewhere so bloody uncomfortable? Oh yes, here's the comments from this. It was delightful and funny. So on top of having snake, I had this water dragon run away from me, and he ran and he scurried up on top of my neighbour's gazebo or garden shed or whatever you call that, and he's sitting there triumphantly looking up at the sky like a boss to let me know I'm safe from you. You can't get me. What are you going to do, human? It's actually saying that, like non-verbally, of course. And it was delightful. I had no intention of hurting it, but it didn't know that. So Brecky wrote, he's acting like the MGM lion here. And I replied, he ran away from me in fright, then sat on my neighbour's garden shed roof like a fucking boss. Impressive. And she laughed. And then I said, when in doubt, act cool. Am I right? Learn these things from a water dragon. And she replied, iguana, and riffing on the name iguana, which was very clever of her. And I replied, I sometimes feel like reality has been distorted. I don't feel it. I actually believe that's happened to us since CERN and September 11 and the COVID epoch and the visitation from Oumuamua. Our reality has been, or our timelines have indeed been distorted, and our dimensions have been interfered with. I blame CERN on that. And the Oumuamua thing, I don't know, very possibly under some form of alien invasion, because humans subjecting their own children to a certain bioengineered weapon is not normal. no normal human under normal human control of their own body autonomy would have gone along with that. So I really do believe that I don't live in your world and you live in mine, but I don't know how to fix your world since we've all as a species fucked it up. Seriously fucked it up. Long before September 11, as far back as Oppenheimer actually, even he said that famous quote from the Bhagavad Gita. How does it go? I can't think of the line now. But it's about having destroyed our planet single-handedly with that technology. I'll have to come back to you with the quote from Oppenheimer. It's going to drive me mad. But he knew when he saw that big mushroom cloud. He knew what he had contributed to and participated in. Monstrous it was. But anyway, I write here, I sometimes feel like reality has been distorted. Snakes and lizards ruling my sacred space garden today. Kinda awesome, but a bit confronting, laughing out loud. I'm riffing on the idea of reptilian invaders, but they really are just earthly reptilians that are meant to be here because they're part of the ecosystem. Brecky replied, I understand, but this is the outer manifestation of the power within which you asked for the last few years. Well, I was actually asking for a true love partner, but if that can only come about through me reclaiming my inner power, I'm good with that. I don't want to be in a vulnerable, fragile situation with an abuser ever again. So I've had to reclaim my power so I can invite a man worthy of my light and my honour and my courage and my body, mind, spirit, soul complex into my life. A man that is available and capable and willing, able and fiercely determined because he loves me that much to be my man, to demonstrate that he wants me in his life and he wants to be in my life, and we can maybe eventually become, a united couple. Well, we're too old to be breeding pairs for the love of all the gods, but a love bond that is long lasting. So she writes, I have seen and feel your power grow the last few months. There really is something new about you, and that's true. And I don't think it's got anything to do with CPAP. It's kind of me fighting my way back to self-determination and health, and I went through that dark period for 2 months with all being slammed by evil, those evil parking fines, and my windscreen got smashed, and there was kind of flailing of interpersonal relationships, and I really started to freak the fuck out. But I kept pushing through it and pushing through it. One of my dearest friends even said, just keep pushing through it, Tanya. And I've come out the other side, but I've realised how strong and determined I am. Well, I knew that anyway from the silversmithing journey, but no, something has changed in me. I'm a lot stronger in some weird way, even though I feel fragile and vulnerable a lot of the times. I've taken back the reins in my life, I think is what I mean by that. So this is the natural celebration of that, she continues. You own these animals and their skills. And then she put a love heart and a little unicorn emoji. Oh, she's so sweet. Thank you, Brecky, for your sweetness and your kindness and your beautiful spiritual ennoblement of me. I deeply value you. I deeply value you. It's much needed at this point in time in my life. Always. in every epoch of my life it was needed, but I deeply value all my soulful friends who truly see me and cherish me and make me feel like life is worth living and there's a happy ending coming at long last. Oh, smallest violin. But no, all jokes aside, you know, it is a powerful magic when, you know, you grow into yourself and you love yourself enough and others acknowledge and cherish and honour you. It's a powerful magic and much needed in our world. So I replied, "Thank you, my gorgeous magical friend. I have indeed undergone a metamorphosis even in recent days. It's a tad astonishing and humbling, but I am accepting with good grace all that the multiverses has to offer me. Please God, let it all be more and more power and love and light, positivity and abundance and joy and peace and perhaps even prosperity one day, and my true love manifesting beautifully and, you know, coming into my life and choosing me from his own heart, mind, body, soul and spirit, with harm to none and competition with none. So it is done." And in the meantime, I will continue dancing until I die or fall off my perch, whichever comes first. Hopefully I get to dance wildly and joyously with my handsome, talented, clever, wise friends, my magical friends, because I enjoy that and they enjoy my participation too. Hopefully we can continue this for a very, very long time, happily and triumphantly and joyously and peacefully. And I'm so grateful for that too. But here I write, with harm to none, competition with none, in love and peace and joy and delight, going with the flow and overcoming all obstacles. Love you, I wrote to Brigitte. And she wrote back, and this was also very potent. Love you too, before, now, and after. Isn't that just gorgeous? In other words, no matter what version of the Tanya I present to her, she loves me. That, my friends, is one of the most powerful gifts a human being can give to another human being. Constant, devoted, agape, caring, unconditional, accepting love. I almost want to cry. Because I'm not used to that. I mean, I am with my closest friends, but I'm not used to that, receiving that amount of deep love from another soul, especially a beautiful woman on the other side of the planet who I've never met in person. It's an even greater gift that she sees me. My cousin Megan also commented, I think she was the first to comment that day, about Water Dragon sitting on the roof being a boss. He's thinking, that's a double blessing, cousin. And I laughed. So that was my messages from my beautiful souls yesterday. Here's me, kind of tongue-in-cheek, half joking. Snake person was in the dragon fruit yesterday morning too. Well, he starts out in the side garden and then he goes, as it gets hotter, he goes under the dragon fruit and camps there for the night. But my comment, half joking because I don't have a sex life, for good reason, keep me safe. I'm only going to open up for the one who demonstrates consistently and devotedly his truest, deepest love to and for me, because I've been used and abused enough in this lifetime by human men, and I don't want to be a one-night fling or a jigga-jig-jing, or what does my psychiatrist call it? A masturbatory performance. It's ugly, it's callow, it's empty, and it's just fucking foul. So Mama T will not open up sexually again, ever, even though I'm tempted at times. As my libido's awakened as my powers increased, my libido's reawakened, which is astonishing too, especially at this age of my life. I'm nearly 60, but it's healthy. It's healthy to have a fully awakened, active libido. It's a sign that I'm ready to invite a lover into my life again. I just need to make sure it's the right person at the right time. No more mistakes. So half jokingly I wrote, Kundalini rising, or is my sex life about to take off? Laughing my ass off, because to me snakes represent sexual energy and vitality and power and health, but very much tied up with the Kundalini at the base of your spine, rising up and bringing all your chakras into full activation. Which hasn't happened for me yet. It could happen. It happened once for me and it was terrifying. It was not a pleasant experience at all. That was brought on by a very bad temper tantrum I had at one stage, and it was utterly terrifying. Excuse me. Well, there you go. Anyway, I continue writing. That carpet snake loves me. She or he has moved in in the shade under the dragon fruit cactus, lying peacefully and happily out of the hot sun. But what am I going to do when all the children arrive this evening for Halloween? Scariest Halloween ever. Mwahahaha. Anyway, it ended up not being a problem. I just didn't mention the snake to any of the children, and the snake was further up towards the back of the house, and they came up the steps. And all that noise that we made, you'd think the snake would have buggered off back to the forest, am I right? But no, it chose not to. Anyway, this video is 33 minutes long, and all I've done is meander and talk about snakes and my own healing and ascension process. And so I was about to read to you chapter 4 of the Healing Blanket, but I might actually break this up, cut us off at this, and continue reading in the next video. As Mama T is meandered here, there and everywhere, babies. But anyway, wherever you are in the space-time continuum, have a beautiful day on this 1st of November 2024. I'm going dancing tonight. The club I go to is having a Halloween night, so I'll get to dress up all witchy-poo again and dance my wild dance, and I'm really looking forward to that. So I'll let you know how that goes, no doubt tomorrow, beautiful people of planet Earth. Goddess bless, as always. Bye for now.